Being an ally to marginalized communities is not an easy thing to do. In fact, sometimes it will feel like the hardest thing that you have ever done in your life, because things will happen and people will respond in ways that don't make sense to you. And it won't make sense to you because you have not lived in their shoes. You have not had the same experiences that they have. At times you will hear stories of what marginalized communities have had to endure and just not believe it, because you have been told that in America in 2024, we are done with all of that stuff. Well, we aren't. In some small ways, we have gotten better, but this country was built on racism and sexism. When America was formed, when the Constitution was written, Black people, 20% of all of the people in this country, had absolutely no rights at all. And even women who weren't Black had very few rights to speak of. All we did over the years was make laws to protect those communities, but we didn't do the work to actually change society as a whole. Laws to protect marginalized communities being made doesn't mean the problem is fixed. The laws were put in place because we couldn't trust those against the marginalized to be decent human beings, so their hand had to be forced. Steps forward require a society where the law that protects the rights of women, of the LGBTQIA community, of Black, brown, and indigenous people of color is not needed. And unfortunately, we have a GOP presidential nominee and lots of people in government that are saying some of the worst things possible about those communities and aren't being held accountable for it. We could see 60 million people or more vote for them. And what that shows is we are not close to fixing the problem. If you want to be an ally, if you want to make a world where those laws aren't required, you need to shut off that part of your brain that gets defensive when someone speaks about their lived experiences. You need to listen to a point where you can put yourself in their shoes. It will not be easy. It will be uncomfortable. You will want to deny and defend against everything that you hear, especially when you fail. And you will fail, and you need to accept that. It's not about whether or not you fail. It's what you do after you fail that makes you a true ally.